2020 hopeful Mike Bloomberg facing rising backlash after these comments resurfaced about America's farmers.
I could teach anybody, even people in this room, so no offense intended, to be a farmer. It's a process. So you dig a hole, you put a seed in, you put dirt on top, you add water, up comes the corn. Then we had 300, you could learn that. And the information economy is fundamentally different because it's built around replacing people with technology. You have to have a different skill set. You have to have a lot more gray matter.
Have to have a lot more gray matter. Here to react is a hardworking American outraged by Bloomberg's comments. Ohio truck driver and lifelong Democrat who voted for President Trump, Geno DeFabio. Geno, thanks very much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Pete. I appreciate it.
When you hear a billionaire who's running to be the nominee for the Democrats dismiss farmers as, oh, you don't really need any gray matter for that, your reaction?
My reaction is it's the same thing. He said that about the farmers planting a seed. I'd like to see him go on a farm and work a farm for one day. I'd like to see him climb in a combine and plow a field. He said the same thing about factory workers. Now I'm in Youngstown, Ohio, the Still Valley. We have industry, we have farms. Ohio's a big state. This guy's alienating everybody. Like the Democrats, that's their game. They've completely written off the middle class, the working man, from the farmers to the coal miners to the factory workers, and it's ridiculous. And don't think that it's not making an impression on people, Pete.
Well, that's the question. I mean, Geno, a guy like you who was a Democrat, works hard for a living, crossed over to vote for President Trump. What is the strategy of a Michael Bloomberg to try to reach folks in Ohio, in Wisconsin, who he would need to win the White House if he's just talking down to them?
You know, he talks down. It's the same thing. I hate to go back, but Obama said the same thing. He told entrepreneurs, guys like the guy that owns our company who built it from nothing, he told them, you didn't build that. Hillary Clinton called us deplorables. Now Bloomberg's calling us stupid. And they're not winning hearts and minds. I'll tell you that.
Geno,
I go to the.
What if the choice? You're in touch with you used to be a Democrat. You know Democrats. What if the choice is between this egomaniac billionaire who wants to talk down to people, or a socialist, a democratic socialist who says, I want to control your entire economy?
Well, exactly. I'll tell you what, the choice is not going to be between those two, as far as I'm concerned. You got one guy, our grandfather, 70 years ago, went to Europe to fight a war to stop that, to end socialism, so it didn't spread to this country. Now you think people are going to vote for it? I don't think their base is as big as they make it out to be. I mean, you look at President Trump's rallies. You've been to them. I've been to them, of course. Inside the rallies, outside the rallies, when they check the registration, 20% of those people are Democrats. Now in Trumbull County, absolutely. In Mahoney and Trumbull County, the party offices, they actually have a spot on the floor when a Democrat comes in and says, how do I change my affiliation? I want to be a Republican. They mark it on the floor, Pete. It's great. They're the best thing that's happened to the Republican Party in forever.
The Republican Party's best recruiting tool. Geno DeFabio, thank you very much for your hard work and your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You got it. All right, a Fox News alert.